Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who collects case knives? Well, of course I know him. He's me. Remember, the tiger will be with you, always. Hey everybody, welcome back to Baxter's Blades. Yes, it's that time of the year where I get squirrely, and I think I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. Well, the sun is out. It's a crisp, cool morning here in the Northwest. It was 29 degrees last night, and it's warming up here. So when the sun's out, we all know what that means. It's time to bust out them bone covers. Now, it's been about 4 or 5 months since I've done my full Sodbuster Junior collection, so I figured, why not? I have added quite a few. I will do a little comparison also with a case mini Copperlock. Now, these are just my case collection. I do have other Sodbusters from other manufacturers. This is what started it all. The blue, Caribbean blue saw-cut bone in true sharp stainless steel. This is a 2021. Very nice. After I got that one, it was all over. I don't know if they're all in the order I purchased them, but I'll get pretty close. This is the brown peach seed jig with the houndstooth or arrowhead shield. Very nice Soddy and true sharp. Also this is a 2022. Well, I had to pick up a carbon steel. This is the mahogany bone. Mahogany with the double X shield. This one I've cut limes with, so my patina is quite severe. You can always clean that off. Case paste, buff it nice and shiny again. Limes, definitely a different patina than apples. This is really nice. I got a dark one. You do see more red in it than the brown bone. Moving along here. I got quite a few. We'll show one of my more recents. This is the Mediterranean blue bone. This is a pocket-worn peach seed, and there's not a lot of pocket wear to it. And you notice the peach seed jigging does look different than my other ones. It's got a little wave action to it. This one's almost black. You do see the blue here on the back. Really nice snap. This one is 2024. I picked that up because I was really impressed with the Mediterranean blue bone. Here we got the navy blue bone, Rogers jig with the case red oval shield. Also a really nice blue. Nice centering. I'm not going to show the centering on all of these. Some of them are slightly off. I've only had to send one back because it was rubbing the liner. 2024. Also really dark. Thought about scrubbing these down like my Barlow. I'm thinking there's rubbing compound in there. Maybe it'll lighten it up a bit. I do notice that the Sodbuster Junior bone tends to be a little bit darker than the other patterns because they don't taper down to the bolsters. Let's show another blue. Let's get the blues out here. Sky blue Crendel jig. Now, the first one I got, it was so off center, it was rubbing the liner. Actually took a chunk out of it. I, reached out to Red Hill and said, it's just not right. And they were more than happy to send me another one. I think they were almost out, so I got back to them just in time. Love the Sky Blue series. You can pick these up for relatively cheap if they're still available. If you can't find them one place, go look at another. Well, I always wanted a harvest orange. And This is different than the old pocket worn harvest orange. I could pocket wear it and get some wear over time. This is a peach seed jig. Really nice color to this. Actually more orange in it than my trapper. Fantastic one to add to the collection. I love orange. I should have just started off collecting only orange case knives. My collection would be a lot less. My favorite persimmon orange. It wasn't my favorite at first, but for some reason I just really like it. I know the cayenne bone is really close. Cayenne bone has a little bit more pepper in it. This one came just perfect. Centered blade, zero gaps, zero light, amazing snap. They can make a good Sodbuster Junior. Zero blade play. Awesome knife, for sure. Now I do have a Rosecraft blade farmhand on the way, and I'm eventually going to do a comparison with the Sodbuster Junior. Should be interesting. Keep an eye out for that. The lizard skin, when they first came out, were $50. You know me, my channel, lizard skin, 6.5 bone stag, and persimmon orange, probably my favorite cover materials. Colors, I've never really been a big green bone fan, but I do love this lizard skin for sure. Great one to add to the collection. Should I show all my burnt ones? Nah, let's show another green. Lime green bone. The series just came out kind of in December. Pre-ordered this one months in advance. Got the hot dog shield, which is known to case as the bow tie shield. Beautiful bright green barnboard jig. I may have to scoot these over. Had to pick up the amber peach seed bone. When I first started collecting these were all out of stock. This is the carbon steel version. Great one to carry. I do love the carbon steel. This one has no patina yet. The blade's a little off center on this one, but it's not rubbing the liner. I decided to keep it. See, it's a little off to the pile side. Fantastic Sodbuster. Well, I'm missing a Soddy here. I cannot believe it. I better go find that. I think it's in my pocket. Well, I got really addicted to the barnboard series. The purple barnboard, I had quite a few and I just went crazy. Had to get this one with the coat of arms shield. Now you can see purple on the back there, but it is very dark. You can actually see more purple. It's not quite as black in the sunlight. I'm running out of room. Let me grab the missing Sodbuster. Be right back. Well, okay, I'm back. I'm glad I didn't do this whole video without including this one. The gray pocket worn Crindle jig carbon steel. One of my absolute favorites. When I first saw this series, I thought, why would anybody buy the gray bone? It's not bright and colorful. It's kind of bland, but really glad I got this one. I do like the lighter tones of gray. Hollow grind. Some patina on this. Super slicey. One of my absolute favorites. So I have, what, 3 in carbon steel? 1, 2, 3. Well, let's bust out my first 6.5 bone stag. True sharp stainless steel. Look at how much thicker that is than the other ones. Do a little comparison here. You can see the thickness difference. Had to get this one. Very glad I did. Little did I know I was going to win one from Sanctified Leather. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. Houndstooth shield. Got some white bread in there. Got some jelly. You got some peanut butter. I've carried this to work a few times and could not believe it. I thought all the sea dragons were gone. They were, and I got a notification that this was back in stock. Jumped on it. The sea dragon. Burnt Caribbean blue corncob jig. What an absolute peach. Look at that burn on the ridges there. Also, houndstooth or arrowhead shield. Boy, I am running out of room. Let's show, this is the one I won from Steven, Sanctified Leather. It is the 6.5 bow stag, but Shepherd Hills exclusive with the black shield. Very cool. I think it would be really cool to see a yellow or orange smooth bone with the black shield, but I don't think I've ever seen a smooth bone Sodbuster Jr. They always have some jigging. This one is a peach. Beautiful thickness. It's a little bit thicker in your pocket, but feels better in the hand. And then the last two, the Crossroads. This is the black and red master dealer exclusive. I think they only made 400. Picked this up from Shepherd Hills. This is definitely different than a normal traditional Sodbuster Jr. You have the Torque screws. This one does have brass liners. You have S35 VN and no nail nick. It's cut through, which makes it great to pinch. You can already see my laser engraving is getting kind of worn there. Looks like it's completely smearing off at the bottom. Those dots are smeared. I think engraving this is a little bit different than I probably just have to wipe it off there. There we go. You can see it. There we go. Just some of the yellow off that was rubbing off. Decent blade grind on this, a little heavy at the tip, doesn't bother me. Brass liners on it, definitely thicker. They do kind of come up to a point here. Really glad I picked up this dealer exclusive. And I also had to pick up the Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Kind of tan brown burlap micarta with the orange liners. Shepherd Hills did have in stock for a while brown burlap with red liners. I probably should have picked that one up, but after this one I was like, you know, I'm good on these Crossroads. They're good, they're lightweight. It's kind of disappointed with the blade grind on this. You can see how it gets like this excessive little belly right here. Very odd. I will still have to reprofile it. The grind's a little wonky. I could have returned it, but Smoky Mountain Knife Works, you can't really return. You can just return for an exchange and reorder, and they're probably already gone. Now, the walk and talk is different on these than the other ones because of the liners. But good snap, no blade play, good centering, and you can adjust them and take them apart if you feel like it. Well, before this video gets too long, let's just do a side-by-side comparison of a Sodbuster Jr. and, let's use a bright one here, a lime green, and a mini Copperlock. Mini Copperlocks are the same close length. Oh, I'm out of frame here. Let's push them up. There we go. Let's get the tangs lined up there. You can see the handle length is exactly the same. Blade length is pretty much identical, though you do notice that with the copper head dropping down here, it pulls your hand back. So this is more of a 3-finger. I can kind of get the end of my pinky on it. But more of a 3-finger carry. You can choke up to here and get 4 fingers. But if you notice that a Sodbuster Jr., all 4 fingers, and you're not on the blade tang. So if you like Sodbusters and you want a locking blade, these minis are a great option. Do want to point out one more thing besides the locking blade and the copperhead bolsters. Look at the thickness. Now they're pretty close, but the mini Copperlock is actually thinner in hand and in pocket than the Sodbuster Jr. Now, if you like thicker Sodbusters, you can get the Crossroad or a synthetic one. I do not have a synthetic one. I have my reasons. But yes, if you like the feel of this in your hand and this is too thin for you, this may be really thin for you, but it makes for a great single-bladed locking thin carry. Let's put them side by side one more time. Thank you all for joining me in the tiger pit on this sunny day. Look out for the case magic. They're just drawn to each other. Let's try this. There you go. You all stay sharp, be kind, stay warm, and take chances. Take care.